Torey.
Hold on. Case openings? Case openings? Wait.
A ton of money from
is that
hold on, it's my closing
they
thought.
actually everyone's saying they ran out of 3 because they feel it's profitable.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Catalyst Effect podcast, episode 71. How you guys doing, man? I feel like it's been a minute. I don't know. I know we do this
That
every
intro,
week, but,
that
like,
intro still gets me, bro.
Bro, that intro is fire, dude. You know what I was just noticing? In some of the shots, bro, we look so different.
For real.
Yeah, we're skinnier.
Yeah, you were definitely
me.
skinnier out of like that. You're like all bulked up. You know, you've been working out and shit.
Yeah, I'm
so, like,
fat now.
Hey, bro, it's muscle mass. It's muscle mass.
And
I've
fat.
changed a couple shades of my pink. You know?
Yeah, you do.
What do you shed your skin like a snake?
Contrast, no, your contrast is slightly higher. I do notice that. Your saturation is slightly lower. On the hair. Are you getting older in anime years, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, is that what happens? Like, your pigmentation goes down in anime years?
They're just doing art upgrades and stuff, you know. I don't have any say in it. It's like an HOA kind of thing.
Yo, tell them to stop focusing on the color and give you goddamn arms, bro. Like, we need you with arms, bro.
What do you mean? Look at this. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, man, it's a floating torso, bro. Floating torso. That's crazy. Yo, what's up?
They said I'd be too OP otherwise.
Too OP for the anime world. What's up? What's up?
They couldn't give you legs. How you been, bro? How you been? Everything good?
Vibing, man, grinding. I think everyone here is doing the same.
That is true, man. That is true. That is true. So, what have you guys been up to this week, man? I've been surprisingly resurgence in Warzone has me hooked, bro.
Oh, really? You went back to that scope?
Call of Duty?
I went back to Warzone. Let's get it straight.
All roads lead back to Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Oh no, because I will not go back on my point. Like, people see, this is why I always made it a point from the very beginning. You guys know I talk shit on the multiplayer side of Call of Duty.
Yep.
I never had beef with Warzone. I actually
That's
like
multiplayer.
That's not multiplayer. Not bro. When I'm talking multiplayer, I'm talking about like the pub.
We know what it means.
The fucking
There's
rank
more than
mode.
one player in Warzone, but all right, okay.
I mean, yeah, it's a fucking battle royale.
Mhm.
So,
Multiplayer. There's multiple
that's
players.
fine. That's
This
fine.
guy.
I'm talking about
That's
the
literally
multiplayer
the
to
multiplayer.
differentiate the other game. Well, how do you want me to call the other game? It's well, you just call Black Ops 6. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, well, Black Ops 6 is a separate game too. You got to remember that too. Like, it's a separate game. So,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the game that I have beef with. That franchise, that part of the franchise. I guess.
so you don't like Treyarch?
No, I like Treyarch. I just don't like the fucking product.
In general,
that they're bringing
multiplayer.
out.
That's what
Yeah.
he means. In general,
Yeah.
the normal yearly multiplayer we get.
That's
Like,
the best
including-
part.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Is
Nah.
it because they added Nicki Minaj and like Neymar, Messi?
No, bro. No,
I mean,
it's
that
all
was
mechanical. It's all mechanical and technical issues for me. Like, it has
They
nothing
also-
to do with the skins. I
they
got pissed when
also-
they added that to Warzone. I thought that shit was stupid.
They also borrowed from Mizzy's universe because there's anime girls that walk around in the game now too. So
See, you don't get any of that shit in Resurgence, which is why I like it better. And it's a smaller map too, so it's just more fast.
It's a part of a little licensing deal that we did to fund some of the operations.
that we did.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
guy- that we
Behind the
did.
I had to actually help them broker that deal. It was pretty interesting.
That's why we are, we're good in the long run, bro. We have deals with Activision, we're killing it.
Mizzy is always scheming, doing something behind the background.
Gotta keep the family fed. It's a lot of people in the anime verse.
Adding anime people to games is Missy's like side hustle.
I'm the Ari Gold of that shit.
Mizzy, I gotta ask you: would you go with like a J Rock opening? Would you go with some hip hop? What would you do for your opening?
My opening, it would have to be some pop punk shit, man.
Okay.
Bro, it had to be
gotta
some
have-
pop punk with a little screamo, and then like halfway through it, just like transitions into a trap beat.
That sounds like some Suno shit.
Some like what's that band called? Like Real Friends and shit like that.
almost like what would it sound like if ASAP Rocky was a part of a pop punk band?
I knew ASAP was going to come up. I knew it. I forget
Yeah.
either ASAP or Tory Lanez. What are
Still
they?
waiting for the albums.
ASAP and Clams Casino means like pop punk.
Oh damn, you threw Clams Casino in there?
Yeah, I love
That's
Clams
great.
Casino.
I love Clams Casino. Yeah. Actually, of course, I first heard of Clams Casino when I found about Joji because they did music together. So I was like,
Oh,
damn,
that's
this
cool.
cool.
Damn, I haven't heard of that name in a minute. Joji.
Joji, yeah, he kind of disappeared off the map, bro. Like, I think he went through some shit and like,
Sadder than normal.
yeah, he's gone through a face. No, that guy's a legend though, man. That guy's like a legendary YouTuber. One of the OGs when before YouTube had like cancel culture and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean he went through like Pink Guy or whatever, and then he just rebranded himself, and it's
Well, he was like Filthy Frank, like he was like that guy. What's his name? Andre, whatever. This dude that has that meme of "Let me in."
Oh yeah.
He was that before that guy like became like more popping, I guess.
Yeah.
So Filthy Frank was kind of that
shit.
type of YouTube channel.
Yeah, Eric Andre.
Eric Andre, that's who it is. Eric Andre. I mean, I know Eric Andre did like a lot of stand up and shit like that, but like when it came to like YouTube, like that was basically what Joji did.
He had the most wildest skit intros of like when he bring out a guest or whatever, he just like fucking break through the desk and they make the desk break through that again. And then like one time
Eric Andre,
yeah, then he brought up something one time and the guest was like, I'm out. I'm not doing this. I'm out.
Dude, he did one where it was like he pulled out a gun or some shit.
Yeah.
And, like he like fucking turned on himself or something. I was like, bro, this guy's wild, dude. Fucking wild. And then he had that dude as his co-host. It was the dude that was in the fucking Bill Cosby show. The dude that's a stand-up comedian. He's the black guy that
Hannibal Buress?
Yeah, Hannibal, whatever his name is.
Yeah. That nigga funny.
That's like his co-host on the show, bro. I'm like, this is the most random show ever. Like,
yeah,
this is the type of shit that would come up in Adult Swim at like midnight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the Future show would come out, like that fucking show with Tyler the Creator and his crew or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever saw that, but
not exactly that one, but I know exactly what you're talking about. There was another show, was it Tim and Eric Awesome show, where the guy was like, "It's free real estate." That whole fucking lineup was just wild, dude. Like these niggas were doing some drugs or something, bro. Like the fucking the mind blown with like shit was wild, dude.
TV actually used to be good, bro. I actually haven't seen watch TV in such a long time. Like I only watch like Netflix, YouTube. You get me? Like the streaming platforms. Like
they have a show called The Lazarus Project or something like that, which is it reminds me of Cowboy Bebop, and it's on Adult Swim, but I don't have the time to watch that shit. But they still got some shows on there, I guess.
Yeah, but I just don't watch them there anymore. Like I still watch anime and shit, but I don't go watch it in a TV network channel. You get what I'm saying? Like I haven't seen Spike TV in like over a decade, bro. I haven't seen USA in like over a decade. Discover Channel, like none of these channels, I haven't seen them in so long, dude.
I remember Spike TV, dude. That was a different time.
That's where you used to watch like UFC and shit.
Yeah. Well,
like
you also had
Fear
like
Factor and stuff like that.
Yeah, you had show like cheaters on there and like just different things. Like,
they got weird. That channel got weird towards like again like the odd hours, like the midnight hours and stuff like that. They would start playing some like weird shit in there, but
yeah, it's funny because like you guys remember G4?
Like the
of course I do.
Yeah, G4 the channel. They kind of like took all the Spike TV programming and put it on there, but like I just think that the reason why like these channels don't survive anymore is because everyone has their own schedule and everything's on demand. So like you can just like watch it when you want to. So it's kind of hard to like make a TV network and have programming if people are just going to watch when they want to.
Yeah. Like also like the ability to watch without interruption, right? Like without commercials or like an ad or whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like I think the only things that we'll see similar to that is like what we're doing. The content creators that kind of just do their own thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, content creation has already become the main form of entertainment, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was really interesting. You had made not you didn't make us, but you had us watch that one video, that YouTube video. I forget who it is. The dude. But he was basically saying that people watch like YouTube like TV now, like they just have it on.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, that podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast. I think it was one of the guys from Optic, and he was interviewing. I cannot remember the dude's name for the life of me, but
yeah,
yeah,
it was the podcast around the bar with Hitch, but I forgot who the guest was. I think it was Wildcat.
Yeah, it was Wildcat. Yeah,
Wildcat.
and in that podcast, he was kind of talking about how YouTube is basically becoming more long form oriented because people watch it like TV now, which is fucking crazy to me, bro. Because I remember like in 2006 when YouTube first came out, right? And we were just like,
platform, bro.
It was just music. Yeah, it was just music.
It was literally like bands or like artists discovered this platform that allows them to like make their music videos viral. You get me? And like get more engagement than just putting it on like TRL or like BH1 or whatever, you know? So like literally when I discovered YouTube, you could only watch music videos. Like I remember seeing like Linkin Park Numb or like this is like in the end, you get me? All those music videos when they first came out, that's how I found them. It was through YouTube. You get me? And then people will make like A and B videos, like a montage with like music over it. You get me?
Yeah, you know what I miss about YouTube the most? This is like the way to get views back in the day. You just make a video response. You guys remember video responses?
Yeah, dude. Do you remember the comment box or whatever it was where you could literally have like a live conversation in the comments, like if it was like an aim chat type of shit? Like people used to communicate like that.
Yeah, but if you made a video response to a viral video, you would also go viral. And it was just like, it's kind of like TikTok now with the stitching, actually, now that I think about it. But YouTube had that feature baked in from day one. If they would have stuck with that, I think they would have had a easier discoverability for like users. But I remember replying to a video that had like 300,000 views and I got 150. I got like half of it. And, you know, half of it was people bashing me. Half of it was like people praising me or whatever, because I kind of warned people about a scam. But had I used that fucking moment, bro, would have had way more viewers now.
Well, bro, I just think YouTube has gone through so many phases and evolutions, right? Like, if you think about it, there was like, if you started really early on YouTube, you could like have a channel that was really big in following, right? But if you were too early, there was really no way to monetize.
Yeah.
Right. Like there was like at some point in YouTube, like monetization was like monopolized by fucking Machinima. Right. Like the only people that were paying creators on YouTube at one point was Machinima. So the only way to get paid was to get a contract with them. And basically the way they work is that they would buy like your content essentially. So like you would make a revenue, but like they owned your content for a certain time, like period of time or whatever.
Yeah, and then we had a golden age where ad revenue was great until PewDiePie went on that bridge.
I mean, bro, I don't even remember what PewDiePie did on the bridge.
Yeah,
you don't
I know what you're talking about. You know,
I'm blanking.
No.
Yeah,
I don't remember any controversy with PewDiePie
in the game when he was, yeah, we're talking the same thing, right? Yeah. Oh.
In the game, like it was.
Yeah,
like
he said he. Yeah, I mean, Hana could say, but yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the TLDR on this one is PewDiePie was having a good old time playing. I think it was PUBG or something.
Yeah.
And he was on a bridge and he said a certain word that we won't say on the show.
I remember now. Yes, I remember this. I remember this. Yes, I remember this because I remember Keemstar covering it, and then Keemstar got backlash because he also said the word.
Yeah, and after that
bro,
day,
this is fucking crazy.
After that day, all the monetization kind of like exited from YouTube.
Yeah, that was like the first like apocalypse, basically, right? Like that was the star of the apocalypse. It was PewDiePie's. I remember everybody was blaming him too.
I mean, it was his fault.
I mean,
he was the biggest creator at the time. So
yeah,
good times.
People eat shit, man. Not gonna lie. But hey, man, I remember the content that guy used to do, and if anything, he proved that you don't need much to make content. They used to do it on like a fucking flip phone, like just fucking recording himself. You know, good old times, man. PewDiePie. I just thought that was so stupid. Dude. But speaking of Netflix, so I wanted to ask you guys: do you guys have any like shows that you've been binging, or like shows that are really good on Netflix? Because I run out of shows, man, and I hate when that happens. Like I've been I binge watched The Bear. I don't know if you guys have seen that show.
The Bear.
But yeah, The Bear's on Hulu. Actually, it's not on Netflix.
It's the bull season. What are you doing, bro?
Nah, bro, that's actually a really good show. I definitely recommend it. But I binge watched it, and it went on like a season break, and they're finally coming back in fucking June. But I've been waiting for like a year to fucking see the next season.
The
So
last
do you
thing
guys
that
have
I
any shows you watching?
yeah, the last thing that I watched that I binged was Dan to Dan, and I had no idea that was a new show. But yeah, apparently they're coming out with season 2 this year, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, wait, what's the name of it? Dan Dan?
Dan to Dan, it's an anime.
Oh, okay.
Dan to Dan, dan to dan.
I gotta check it out. I haven't seen that one.
Have you watched Devil May Cry?
The anime?
Yeah.
I started watching it. It was pretty dope.
Okay.
I started watching. I haven't gotten through too much through it because I've been rewatching One Piece with my wife. So,
got it.
You literally cannot. I cannot watch any other anime if we're doing that. We're making good progress though. We're already in finishing Water 7. So, good progress.
I'm trying to think. I don't watch much TV these days.
Same. I really don't.
It's not.
I watch shows. I like watching shows, but
I know they got Rurouni Kenshin.
Wait, they redid it?
wait, they did a new Rurouni Kenshin?
Yeah, that's. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm pretty sure they have Rurouni Kenshin on there.
You talking about a new one or like the old one?
The original?
They like redid. It was like a redo.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Nope.
That's pretty dope.
The thing I hate about redos in anime is that they usually don't have the same voices, and it's really hard for me to watch shows without. Like I watched an Inuyasha like continuation where Kagome is like a mother now or some shit, and he doesn't sound like Inuyasha at all, and Kagome doesn't sound like Kagome, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? Like, get the people back, bring them back. You know what? We don't even need to bring them back. Have them sign a contract and use AI. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit.
hard, man. I like anime that have figured that out. Like Bleach did a good job.
Have you
making
seen
the
Love,
original
Death, and Robots?
That's Marathon.
Death, Robots.
Yeah, you might like that. It's like, it's kind of like Black Mirror, but it's like a cartoon.
Oh,
Yeah, apparently the person that was behind the artwork for Marathon is part of that crew. Did you guys see the news that happened today where this guy's claiming that his artwork was stolen for that game?
who's
No, I
claiming
didn't
that?
know.
So the artist, I don't know the artist's name, but basically he's alleging that Bungie has stolen his artwork and they used it for Marathon. And he's like, I don't have the money to let me pull it up. I don't have the money to like bring up a lawsuit or go through that emotionally, but I can't let this go any further. And he's basically showing how they copied and pasted it, but they just like rotated the image. Kind of despicable.
Well, suck, bro. If you don't have the money to like fight it, like I feel like he should have had some like copyright or something in place, you know.
Well,
like how the fuck do they get access to your art? And
well, it's public. I'm sure it's public and they could just use it for inspiration. But apparently Bungie has a track record of doing this. I didn't know that.
I think I've heard some things about that.
Nothing
but I can't relate
surprises me
to like a
anymore.
specific game.
Yeah.
Hey man, whatever. Call of Duty's using AI shit with like 6 fingers and in a fucking game that's already selling so, for $79. So, you know.
Here, let me pull up the article real quick. This is a Dexerto. I don't know how you guys feel about Dexerto. I'm not the biggest fan, but
The Cerdo?
yeah. Because
they do some clickbaity shit, but nothing bad.
They're a bunch of haters. If you don't mind switching to the scene, yeah, an artist apparently has called out like let's see, this is the in-game footage, and then like he's kind of like comparing it to like his art. So like apparently they stole the art style and just put it into the game.
Bro, this guy's
I've
mad
seen
about
this shit a million times.
This guy's mad about 2
my life.
triangles. What the fuck?
I mean,
come on,
you know what makes this even crazier? I think the lead artist or director of Bungie for this game actually follows the guy too. So I mean, there's a lot of like dot connect you could do here, but I don't know.
I mean, I think this is a little.
But it's over triangles, man. Like
it's reaching.
Yeah.
I think it's reaching.
Yeah, I think
overall.
this is reaching hard.
Are you guys saying that
Bro,
because
this
you're
looks like
fans
this
of the
guy-
game, or
No, bro. I've
I've never even
seen
played the
Marathon.
game.
No,
But
the game looks awful
like
right now.
the thing that I'm guessing is his art, which is the white square and the yellow square. That looks like he made it in Canva. So I don't know, man. I think it's reaching a little too hard.
Maybe he's talking about the aesthetic overall, but I don't know.
Let's see if I can find a clear image, because like he actually had a post about it,
or like a character design or something.
Yeah, this guy tripping over.
No, there's more here. There's more to this story. Hold on,
Still
one
my
sec.
triangle, man.
So he's also talking about like this design here. So on the left, this is of course we can just pull up this guy's Twitter and look at it directly. But on the left, that's like his artwork, and then on the right is Bungie's like kind of. I believe this is in the trailer when they're showing all the little digital looking symbols and stuff, and then it shows like the logo for Marathon. So I believe they used some of that stuff without his consent, according to him.
I don't know, man. As someone that in real life has had like companies and artists like actually steal my shit, it definitely wasn't over lines and triangles. It was like the actual graphic. They just like took it and like slapped it on the fucking shirt. It was like,
Just
oh yeah,
blatant
made this. Yeah, like I mean, I was pretty pissed.
No
about
shame.
That. Yeah, like I was pretty pissed about that, but this is not like.
Yeah, I don't want to sound
like triangles. I
don't want to sound like we're like defending stealing art and shit.
Oh,
but I just feel like this is like if anything, it's like just okay. I gather inspiration from you using like pixelated lines to make a design out of it, because it doesn't even look the same. It's just like a pixelated design, but anybody can fucking use that. You can't own that unless it's like a specific design and it's the same design that they copy. You get me? Like if they would have just literally put that yellow shit with the white and what looks like a K in pixels, if they would have used that, then I get it. But
it's just not as intricate. There's not like so many factors going on where it's like, okay,
like,
this is distinctively theirs.
So. It's good he doesn't have the money to fight it, because I think he would have lost that lawsuit.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing. I don't see anything he can fight there.
I don't doubt that they were inspired. They just didn't steal it.
Yeah.
So this is the official post here. It says Bungie is of course not obligated to hire me when making a game that draws overwhelmingly from the same design language I have refined for the last decade. But clearly my work has been good enough to pillage for ideas and plaster all over their game without pay or attribution. I don't have the resources nor the energy to spare to pursue this legally, but I have lost count on the number of times a major company has deemed it easier to pay a designer to imitate or steal my work rather than to write me an email. In 10 years, I have never made a consistent income from this work, and I am tired of designers from huge companies mood boarding and parasiting my designs while I just struggle to make a living. So he's kind of using a little bit of emotional manipulation in his argument here, but this is basically the kind of image that he's comparing. So on the left, this is his stuff. On the right, this is like the press release for Marathon. So if you look, it's pretty much like rotated and like, altered a little bit.
The designs
don't
even look the same. Okay, Marathon, I see circles and X's. On this guy, I see a bunch of other shit.
Well, that's his point, though. Like, his point is that like they're drawing inspiration from his stuff and not giving him any credit. That's basically.
Why would you? Like, I don't need to give you credit if I'm not like. I don't know, man. I don't see the point here.
This whole thing also is like, I don't know if this is AI generated or not, but this is the same argument with AI generation. It's like it's not a one-to-one copy, so it can't be copyright. You know what I mean? It's like there's like a weird gray area here, but that's a TLDR.
I mean, what this guy's saying, it's like saying, hey, the movie of Dune, hey man, they took inspiration, made Star Wars. It's like fucking them getting all pissy and shit. Make it make sense.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a design thing, and like who had it's kind of weird in this country. Like when it comes with patents and designs and stuff, like you have to go through the proper channels to like, make your shit legit like your ownership of it. But at the same time, like Disney has copied people's artwork and made their own versions of it and then sell it for mass amounts of money. So I understand where they're coming from. It's hard to prove though.
Well, there's also different types of patents, right? And that's the part that people forget and that people don't look into and that you should be informed about, because there's a difference between a design patent and a product patent and an IP patent. You get me? It's just different litigations, I guess, or like legality to like what you can do with the design or not, And people just get like one patent and they're like, oh, I'm good. but then they forget that they may not be covering certain other areas where a competitor can come in and just not copy, but like use inspiration or make a similar product or whatever because your patent wasn't protecting you from that.
Just out here, probably.
So. I got it wrong. This is actually a woman. I thought it was a guy. My fault. My apologies.
There you go. For her. So sorry.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, they're totally copying her. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm not saying that they definitely look like they were inspired, but I mean that's a very slippery slope. Like inspiration versus blatant copying is very different.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to take it to like the AI argument, according to our government, they're saying that AI doesn't make a one-to-one copy, so therefore it's not copied. It's actually inspired, which is why you can't take it down technically. So it's like this huge gray area. Like, does that apply to artists that actually make art and then somebody else designs something very similar? You know what I mean? Like, and then the last thing I'll say too is like when you talk about patents and stuff, you have like a blueprint for something and then you patent it. Then if someone takes inspiration from that, you own the patent, so you can take them to court. I don't think artists patent their work. So like there's a huge gray area here that I think if you added patents to artwork, maybe you could, have this where it's like if someone does take your design idea or whatever, you can refer to that patent and then take them to court.
Well,
easier.
you gotta. It's not that easy, right? Because it's like you gotta ask yourself, what are you patenting, right? Like what is perpetuity, right? Or like what's making money out of this, or like what can't copy? You get me? Because at the end of the day, you can't just patent a painting, right? You can't patent the painting. You can patent like a design style maybe or something like that, but you can't patent painting. Everybody can paint, So it's bro, to me, the way I look at all this stuff with AI or anything that's like inspired or makes a copy of it, right? Or like similar art, I use the approach and the mentality of luxury brands, right? Rolex, Gucci, all of these people. How many counterfeits and fakes are out there on the market, constantly selling and probably making more money than actual Rolex and all these people? And Rolex doesn't give a fuck because at the end of the day, that only brings more attention and value to the real pieces, right? Actually, they showcase that in the Gucci movie too. If you ever seen the Gucci movie, it's like
there's a Gucci movie.
Yeah, bro. Like it's pretty. It's all right, but whatever. Like the point is that when they started counterfeiting Gucci, instead of taking down everyone in the black market or like the secondary market or in the streets selling fake Gucci bags, they just allowed it to happen because it ended up bringing even more fame and more popularity to the real Gucci brand. So if you have a successful product and it's already been successful, I don't think you're gonna give a fuck if people are getting inspiration from your product. I mean, if it's not an exact copy, because at the end of the day, it's not going to perform the same. It's not going to be an exact looking art or whatever, It's not going to have the same value because it doesn't come from the artist that it needs to come from. So, I don't know.
We need to revisit this topic and get Johnny on the show because I think he'd have a very interesting perspective on this.
Yeah, but see, Johnny has an IP. That's very different. He can patent that IP.
I mean,
the Pengu design thing, you get me?
Yeah.
That's an IP.
I mean, what perspective is he gonna have that like us as creatives don't have, right? Like, I mean, I used to draw shit, and I now AI it because I don't like wasting fucking 3 hours of my day.
I mean, he does
I
like
want to do stuff.
He does like this content all the time though. Like he does like reactions to it. So like it'd be cool to see your perspective from an artist that's not doing different type of art. Like he's doing traditional art.
I think the problem with AI that artists may have, to Hado's point, is that the biggest problem with AI and art is that it has a hard time recreating the same character exactly the same. Yeah, and that can take long to figure out the prompt to like get it to do that. If this ever figure it out, because there may be an artist, like for example, when I think of Johnny, like I said, they have a very specific IP, so every penguin needs to look or fall under that design that he has for them. You get me?
Yeah.
There can be like a weird finger, there can be a weird silhouette in the mouth,
an extra flipper.
Yeah, so like that's the problem I feel like artists will have with using AI and what their point may be of like, hey, AI may not be the best for this because of that, but once they figure out how to make fluency in AI a thing, and like every time you ask it to create that character, it's using the same character and staying on the design and not changing it, is it's what Mizzy's saying. Like, why would you want to work more?
Yeah, I agree, and I think this is where like NFTs can come into play, where you have like a design that you don't have to like verify. It's already verified on chain that like people can't recreate it unless they have like this specific level of access or something. I think that's like the way that you can like do the best kind of copyright protection.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Copyright laws and patents and all, it's very complicated. There's so many like leakways and like things you gotta work. Like, just get a lawyer. Get yourself a lawyer if you're looking into getting a patent or any of that, and have them help you.
Yeah, and don't use GPT as your lawyer.
No, but hey, it does give some good advice on what to talk to your lawyer about if you want to save some money and time. So
that's true.
Because remember, lawyers are expensive and they charge by the hour. So anyway, good luck to anyone that's out there trying to get a patent and figure that out. To that lady that was complaining about marathon, I mean, sorry you feel that way. I don't think they did anything wrong, though. In my opinion, at least. I don't know. But yeah.
She's gonna tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, I don't care.
I preemptively accept your right to tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Hey, listen, it's a freedom of speech, man.
Beat you to the punch.
So, that's fine. That's fine.
Life is the beach, just playing in the sand.
Okay, Lil Wayne.
Yo, but in other news, speaking of NFTs and games, all right. Our friends at Games GG released a brand new list of the best 5 NFT games of May 2025. And I wanted to see if we all agree with this list. All right. So let me present it real quick.
How many games are games?
I mean, if we're basing on who they think content creators are, I'm ready to say that.
But I do want to say, I don't think we noticed this last time. It does say best NFT game. So at least we're coming from a perspective of, I guess, games that have some form of economy in it.
Right.
When they say NFT, though, do they mean gated or not?
No, just NFT games.
Yeah, just games that you have some type of asset, I'm guessing.
Web2 guy gives his opinion on something he's never played. Let's go.
Starting off hot here, Maple Story, Siege. How do you feel about this
Story?
Game?
I'm not gonna
Just
lie.
looking at the image right here on the
I like the art. I gotta be honest. I like.
You like the art? Okay.
I can't even lie.
You know,
can't even lie. And Maple Story,
I'm kind of with you on that. Like that, for being a pixelated game, it's not that bad.
Is that like a marshmallow monster, bro?
I have no fucking clue. It looks like a jetty or something.
Marshmallow Yeti, or like the top, like the.
Yeah, he is kind of melting, but it's also like a portal behind him, so I have no idea. I've never played Maple Story in my life, so.
You know, it's funny. I was approached.
Also, I don't know how I made it to a top 5 when it's set to launch on May 15th, which was literally today.
Ooh.
God damn, games, you're on top of it.
We play Maple Story after this?
Like,
what?
Yeah, that's called preloading. That's called preloading.
Yeah.
But I actually talked to this guy a long time ago. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he wanted to like work with us or something. Leaks, whatever. But anyways, it was like, yeah, the game won't be ready until next year though. But that was back in 22.
Oh, the super fucking depressing guy, right? Dude. I'm representing Maple Story.
That sounds full of energy.
I sound like I'm just gonna fucking like I'm not even happy to be working here. I to be on this call. At Maple Story, that guy was horrible. But yeah, if any of the Maple Story team, I don't know if that guy's still working with you, but like, get him a fucking Prozac or some shit. Jesus,
that's crazy.
Getting some pre-workout, bro.
I mean,
he was listening to too much Shoji, and he, took it too far.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I'm not excited about it at all, personally, but good for the space. You know,
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about it, but I don't play pixelated game, man. It's not my thing.
I will say this. At least it's like, is this a Ronin chain thing? By the way,
no, this is AVAX.
Oh, I was gonna say this is,
bro.
this
you haven't seen like
Ronin.
the trillion fucking what is it? Undisclosed shills on the timeline. Like,
no,
yeah,
have mercy. It's like, you look anywhere. Oh, Maple Store's coming to AVAX, and it's like I'm looking for the disclaimer, and I'm like, none of you paid motherfuckers are talking.
Okay,
my timeline.
we're gonna drop a tweet saying disclaimers are important and you should definitely say them every time you have a sponsor.
Yeah,
Remember
my timeline doesn't consist of any Web3 stuff. I'm gonna be real with you. We've cleansed our timeline with all that bullshit. So, yeah.
Well, it must be nice.
Good for
Yeah.
you, man. Yeah, I'm still in the trenches.
Congratulations.
My I don't even dare to go on my like if I don't go on my notification or like the pages that I've curated, I don't even dare to go on like my home timeline, you know, like the general one. I don't even dare to go on there. I don't even dare to scroll through that shit. There's all sorts of shit that pops up in there. The For You page is like a completely different story. That's just I never recommend that. But anyways, moving down the list, we got Treevers.
Ooh.
Treevers.
So
You see some.
Let me give you some information.
Please.
Season
Please,
1
please.
reward campaign. All right, listen to this.
Okay.
First up, we got 2.76% of N token and
nigga token.
money in X and whatever platform that is. I don't know what that.
Oh, you
I've
said
never seen that either.
N. I thought you said N. I was like nigga token.
No, N. No, bro. END. Look at the screen. All right, 2 equal.
Does that represent the like how we feel about the game? It's gonna end. Like it's.
I'm not sure, but they're sending you 2.76%. Equal split. No, equal split between active users and skilling masters. 3 waited for leaderboards. I don't even know what that means. Last 21 days, April to. Bro, what is this information?
Why is it that these games are always like a window of opportunity? Why can't the games just run? Why can't we just turn this shit on and let it
these games are made for this, bro. They're made for like you getting an airdrop and multipliers and calling it a day.
So it's not made for like
to have a game loop or like to be
I didn't
like
want to say that, but yeah. It's not made for gamers. Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think this type of stuff, like when it comes to anything like with Web3 and like crypto and everything, I think it's cool. It's a cool implementation. But again, games should always be first, no matter what. Otherwise, why are you making a game? So,
I feel like they're grifting with the game. They're not even like fully doing the game thing. It's kind of grifting in a way because it's like, oh, here's a little carrot. Let me dangle it in front of you. Pause, and then like, okay, now I gotta take it away. Oh, you want it back? All right. Q4 of this year, you're gonna get another season.
I think we look at it that way because we're gamers.
Yeah.
But the people that are playing this shit, they look at it as like, all right, that was my like casino for the fucking month. You get what I'm saying? Like that was just my experience to make some money and like what I needed or like get the dopamine I needed from like earning my quest or whatever points or tokens or whatever. And now I move on to the next experience that's bringing me that type of dopamine until this one comes back. You get me? Like that's like I don't think the people that are playing this shit are worried about if this closes or it has a window or not. It's like the people that play Dookie Dash. It's like
Dookie Dash.
Dookie Dash was that fucking endless runner type of shit from Bored Ape that had like $1 million prize pool if you made it to the end and got some stupid ass key or some shit.
That sounds dope.
I mean, yeah, it was a dope like event.
Okay.
You get me?
But other than that, nothing much. Yeah.
Like, it's not a game that's like
you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta hop
people
on that.
play just to play. Yeah, like
it's Fruit Ninja. It's Fruit Ninja, but falling without the fruit and the ninja. Yeah.
Well, except you're in a sewer riding a rocket and dodging shit.
It reminds me of that one game that DeFi was playing, or was it Money playing, where you're flying through as a sperm or something. That's what it reminds me of.
And now the new experience is the Goblin Town Endless Runner. That's what I'm saying. Like the people that play Dookie Dash are now playing the Goblin Town fucking game. You get what I'm saying?
The Goblin Town game
is trying to actually make a game loop.
Yeah, it does look fun.
I actually enjoyed this type of games, like when it's a car and shit. I used to play the Invisible Friends version of it. It was Bubble Riders or whatever it used to call. Those games are fun to me, but again, I don't think they're meant to like be taken as like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a dope campaign or like a dope game loop or like it's gonna have dope multiplayer,
Last thing on this too, I started to do like some research on Quest games, and it seems like the games that are more popular are like the shorter experiences that are more casual. So this might also be just like the way that the gaming industry is trending, is like people that are younger don't really seem to be wanting to play like these long experiences. They'd rather just play like something that's very casual that they can pick up with their friends. And I'm assuming this is multiplayer, so it kind of takes all the boxes of like what Gen Z is more interested in playing these days. So I kind of understand where they're coming from, even though I don't agree.
I don't know.
I mean, Mizzy's even like brought it up several times how his Gen Z relatives, or maybe even younger, I don't even know what the next generation is.
Yeah, it's Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
Yeah, they're more into games that are, shorter experiences, more casual. Like, look at the games that are popping off now. Repo, what was that other one? Lockdown Protocol. They're all like social party games. They're not that serious. They're like kind of lighthearted experiences.
Oh yeah, they're definitely more like indie experiences and social experiences, like casual experiences.
So
but I still
maybe
don't think those kids, I don't think they'll be interested in playing like the Web3 games that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of work to do.
Well, it's just more like I said, this is more like economy driven in my opinion. In my opinion, you get me? Like, kids are not gonna know what the fuck. Like, the rewards you're getting in games are not gonna be enough dopamine for kids. Is what I'm trying to say. In my opinion. All right, so Gigaverse is next up on the list. Bro, this image doesn't even look like it came from the game. I thought this was like an ad. I thought this was like an ad for like something else. I'm not even gonna lie.
Apple juice.
And then I read Giga Juicy.
Giga Juicy.
Like, bro, what in the world? This badge is awarded to those who consume Giga Juice in Gigaverse.
That sounds like something Mizzy would come out with a product. Giga Juicy.
That's actually Dith. You guys remember Dith from Pirate Nation?
Yeah.
That's his game.
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean,
it says it's a on-chain dungeon crawler.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of the. It's like another kind of pixelated kind of experience. It's much more of a casual game, but I mean they also didn't fundraise a fuck ton of money or anything. So
is Giga Juicy like the name for the?
It's a badge. It's a badge. Yeah,
Wait, yeah. I just read it.
It says it on the description, and it's a badge.
It's awarded to those who consume Giga Juice and Gigaverse.
That's like an achievement.
So.
Yep.
I love grinding for achievements. So I mean, hey.
I haven't played Gigaverse either. Like, I'm not shedding on any of the.
Yeah, I tried Treeverse. I didn't get to jump in on the last one, but it's not bad. It's really early, but I mean, out of the list so far, it was definitely,
so far the best one.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of top-down games.
Yeah, that was my issue with it, personally.
Yeah. The design doesn't look, from what I can see in the little image back there, it doesn't look like it would be too bad. I haven't checked out Gigaverse, so I have no idea. I wasn't trying to chat on this image.
No, I really thought it was an ad.
I came on the article and I thought it was an ad, like when you get random ads in the middle of an article.
Yep.
Because it just didn't look like it was from a game to me. So I was like, and then I read it. I was like, oh wait, it is part of it. All right, next up we got Seraph. I guess we're getting a little bit higher here in quality.
Now that's a game.
All right, so
I like the art.
I actually didn't get to play too much of Seraph. I haven't gotten any chance to play.
My problem with them is like their founding team can feel so scammy sometimes. Like they've been caught doing weird shit with the NFTs, and it just turned me off to the game. The game itself, I mean, it is a Diablo clone, but I mean, it does that well. A lot of people
lost a little bit of hype because I haven't heard.
Tons. In my opinion, tons. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I feel like last year they had way more hype.
Yeah, because they started doing weird shit with the NFTs, and no one that knew about it wants to be associated to it anymore like that. Like, it is still a very cool experience from it being a Diablo clone. Like, again, it's hard to give them the credit on the gameplay because it's so similar to Diablo 2. But and I was willing to overlook that. Where I started to get concerned was when they started doing weird shit on chain. Which is what I love about crypto. You can actually see all that, but that's when I was kind of like, all right, this is clearly there's something. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I don't want to be caught in the middle of it. So,
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This game gave me anxiety, dude.
Oh yeah.
This game is too dark for me, bro. Like I hate games that you can't see the clear path ahead. That shit like unlocks the view as you walk forward. I hate games like that, dude. So like I was fucking sweating every
You don't
time.
like
Oh,
dungeon crawlers?
you would fucking hate Diablo then.
No, I played Diablo. That's what I'm saying. Like Diablo
Okay.
also gave me anxiety. That's why I never
Okay.
like fucking played it. Like I hate those type of games, dude. Like it gives me like just I can't focus.
I
I'm like
see.
constantly worried if some shit's like behind me or like what's coming in front of me. So I'm like going at a pace of a turtle. Nah, bro, I can't do that.
Interesting.
Can't do shit like that. All right, next up we got Kai Battle of the Three Kingdoms. This is like some like dynasty shit.
Looks like a gotcha game.
It's a card game.
Oh, I was
on,
close.
man.
I was close.
No way. Wait, is it Sega?
It says tactical card game. Yeah, developed by Sega and Double Jump.
Wow.
Launched April 30th.
Officially launched
I had to
April.
check that out.
Wait, I'm guessing they're talking about the Web3 Sega, right? Like that's what they're talking about.
I mean, Sega is in Web3 because there's only one. There's Saga you're thinking of.
Oh, I think it's out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. I was like, wait a second.
I'm like,
Okay.
wait, there's a Web3 Sega? I was like, no, that's not.
No, I was like, wait, I was confused for a second. I was like, wait. Okay, Sega. Yeah, okay, so it is the real Sega. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it on Twitter right now. It's developed by Sega. Shout out to
Sega.
Genesis. Bring back the Genesis, man.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so too.
But yeah,
That's
I mean,
a
I'm gonna
dope
check this
concept.
out.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, if the card designs would look dope, like I'm definitely will be into it. I feel like this is like a conquest game though. Like you know, like you play cards to conquest land or some shit. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
the card
It's not
design
giving me.
ain't there.
Yeah, it's not giving me the TCG vibes that I'm looking for based on what I'm seeing here.
Looks like Dynasty Warriors. If
Yeah,
it's
that's what I was
made
gonna
with
say.
anime.
I thought it was gonna
Yep.
be something like that, like Dynasty Warrior, you know. But
That
nope.
fucking formula.
Dynasty Warrior was
beat to
such a
death.
cool fucking game.
I love
It
Dynasty
is,
Warrior,
but
bro.
man, did they beat that formula to death though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
for
they
sure.
fucking made like 17 games and shit. Like that shit was crazy.
They did Samurai Warriors and then Hyrule Warriors and
I used to love Dynasty Warriors and I used to love the Gundam like games, like where you just like it's basically the same shit, but you're like a robot, you know? Like
Mhm.
those type of games are fun, bro. I used to love playing those in like the PS2.
Oh, they
or,
did
like,
make a Gundam one too. You're right.
yeah. Gundam Warriors, I think, or whatever it was called. Like
Yeah.
yeah, that shit was dope. But yeah, man, that's the top 5 NFT games for the month of May. I mean, for my personal interest, maybe Treeverse and I mean Seraph, I guess will have to be the one. But like I said, I would never play it.
If I may allow some criticism for this article, instead of using images, they should use trailers of the game. If there's no trailer, then they shouldn't mention it. Just my opinion.
Okay, there you go. Some live feedback here, man. Hopefully they see it. I mean, I agree. I think that would be cool. If I don't know if that's possible to add trailers, like you know, in this form of articles that they do. But
Oh yeah, you can embed a video like YouTube video or whatever for sure.
oh no, I know you can. I just don't know if they have that in their platform. You know what I mean? But I'm sure they do. That would be cool to see.
Yeah.
I do like how they link all the games that they talk about over here on the right. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, shout outs to Games for bringing us the news and bringing us the top 5 games for the month of May. NFT Games. Very important, I feel, bro, when you're making your judgment, you know?
It's a very specific connotation there.
I'm just saying, bro, like, it's a standard, you know? So,
XRP the standard.
Oh,
but SOP
God.
doesn't have a single game, so.
Actually, there are games on XRP.
No,
They're just
but,
not
bro,
good.
where? Nobody's playing it.
The
Nobody
quality
talks
is about
like,
very,
where's the
it's very
game?
comparable.
Like,
Very
where do you even
comparable.
find this game? What platform on there? Is it like an EXE file that I'm getting or what?
Yeah, but there's also like launchers and stuff too. There's
I
like
mean, a couple
launcher
of them been
for-
on Boss Battle, right?
Yeah.
We had Futureverse.
Well, that's
and,
the meta, bro.
He rejects the definition of game for metaverse.
I'm just
fair,
saying, like-
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Then there was that RPG game that you talked to, the MMO guys.
Yeah.
I forget
World
their
of
name.
Equilibrium.
What is
There
it?
you go, equilibrium.
What
Equilibrium game.
Equilibrium? They've also had like XRP Minecraft thing and all sorts of like little mod stuff. So there's games out there. It's just
Do you think
they're
it's
all
because
about
like obviously the main like most of the community in SRP is not gamers, right? Like
yeah, but I also think that XRP has a huge infrastructure problem, right? Like there's not enough infrastructure that has been built. It's changing, right? It's getting built now, but you know, it's like, you know, the focus where there's a bunch of NFT, PFP communities, and then they started shifting into games or whatever. That's kind of the like same experience that's going on with XRP right now. So I think in due time you're going to have more experiences, but I think XRP is more of like a back end thing. It's never going to be like the front end. Like I know a lot of like people in this side of the world, they want it to be the front end. Like it has to be the front of everything, and like that's really not what people are doing on XRP. It's kind of more like a back end thing.
well, I do hope they bring more games, man. I always love seeing more games come into the space. So hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. Yo, do you guys know the Street Fighter player Noah the Prodigy? Because I thought this shit was crazy, dude.
I've heard
So
of it.
No, sir.
he's like apparently one of the best players in Street Fighters, right? Like from an esports perspective, I guess. But recently did an interview with him, and he said that his dad used to tell him. He said, "I never did homework. My dad told me fuck school, watch Tokido."
Based.
I thought it was so great, bro. Because personally, I've always said that whenever I have kids, if they show interest in like being an esports players or like a professional gamer or something of that sort, I would support it fully, bro. You get me? Like,
W parenting.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I would be so
For
on
real.
board with that, bro. Like, because I don't think like my generation understood that. You get me? Like I'm talking about like parents from my generation understood that. Like, for example, my parents or maybe some of you guys' parents, like they never saw gaming as a potential career or like, you know, a potential thing that you could do for money or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So if I would have told my parents, yo, I'm fucking dropping everything to becoming esports players in Call of Duty, like literally dropping everything, like fuck school, all that shit, they would have whooped my ass. You get me? So
Well, I think back in that day, though, to be fair, there was no like industry yet. You know what I mean? It was kind of like in its infancy. So like nowadays we have like scholarship programs and academies and stuff and collegiate esports as well. So it's a bit different now. So I kind of understand why parents back in the day wouldn't be supportive of it. But nowadays, like there's little job applications that I filled out to be an esports coach, right? Like the infrastructure is there now. So I think in modern society, it makes more sense. But I can understand why back in the
I mean,
day.
yeah,
like
I understand that too, right? Like there's definitely more different paths of opportunity nowadays, but it's
Mhm.
also harder to become an like you can become a coach, an assistant, like different positions, but to become an esports player, like a professional player, is harder nowadays than it was in those days that you're talking about. You get what I'm saying? Like there's more competition now. There's kids that are fucking cracked, but there's also leagues. So there's like spots. So there's a lot of fucking kids that are like awesome players, for example, in Call of Duty, right? They're like playing in challengers, and most of them are never gonna have an opportunity to be in the main stage, like in an actual esports or for the Call of Duty League. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But back in those days, there was ways that you can become and get picked up by one of those orgs if you were extremely good or like if you put in the work. You get me?
Mhm.
But like I don't know, man. Like I feel like obviously, at least I'm speaking about my own generation. Obviously, you can make tons of opportunities nowadays, and there's a lot of, like I said, way more paths to make it easier. Like if you're going from a content perspective and stuff. But when it comes to esports competition, like if I would have gone deep in my time, you get me? Like I think the success would have been crazy if the support would have been there from a perspective of like what this kid's father did. You get me? And by the way, I have awesome parents. I love them to death. They did all the best decisions for me and shit like that. But you get me? Like someone like this where the guy was like, yo, no, like I'll sell whatever I have to sell to make sure you get to your tournaments. Make sure you fucking get to that opportunity to make sure you make it to being one of the top players. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of parents from my generation missed out on and didn't see that connection there. You get me? Which is a generational thing. So I don't blame them, but It's crazy, man. If I ever have kids, I'm definitely gonna lead into this style of parenting where I'm just supporting my kids. If they want to be esports players, if they want to be YouTubers, whatever, I'll make sure to support them, but also show them the good way to get there and not fucking do some crazy shit just to get fame or whatever.
Yeah, and another thing too is like a lot of kids like to throw their kids into sports, and sports does a good job of like teaching like community and responsibility and stuff, but it also has a lot of risks too, because like you could risk injury and all sorts of things like that. So like having another alternative route to have like success within like a sports world for like esports, for example, I think it is like something that parents are opting into, because like they've done the research on like football, like you hit clash too many times, like your brain starts to go to mush, and parents don't want that for their kids. So it's a little different.
I honestly think video games have become a sport. Like esports has become like at some level an official sport. You get me? It's like similar to like skateboarding used to be considered a sport, but now it is. You get me? Like snowboarding, like all those extreme sports. Essentially, you get me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like esports has somewhat falling into that category of sports. So I think it's pretty cool, man. I mean, I know they used to do the what's it called, the X medal thing for games for like esports. It was like the Olympics of video games.
Oh, X Games, yeah.
X Games. I don't know why they stopped doing that. Probably funding and
yeah, they ran out of money.
but I mean, they were sponsored by Red Bull, so I don't know how you run out of money with that. Like I said, it's probably a lot of logistics, but I used to love that shit. I used to love seeing that because it was a combination of like actual sports and video games. You get me?
Yeah, they even used to do like esports Olympics a long time ago. COVID changed a lot of things, though, unfortunately. So,
yeah, I mean, COVID is COVID, so
yep.
That shit fucked the whole world. But yeah, man, I thought this was pretty cool that this kid's dad like pushed him so much and supported him so much with like his video game career. And like, it's just funny to say like a parent to tell their kid, "Fuck school, watch Tucky."
I don't know if you remembered Li Joe, but Li Joe kind of had like a similar story where his folks were like cheering him on, and like he went to a main stage tournament for Street Fighter, and was like, this is like when ESPN was trying to get into esports, and like they did like a story on him and stuff, and it's like that's the thing that is really missing from esports, in my opinion, is like the storytelling, like the narratives and stuff, because that's what sports people hate it or love it. That's what sports people love to talk about, is the narratives and stuff. So
like I've always said, that's up to the orgs involved in those esports.
Yeah,
like the leagues that own the esports are never gonna do that storytelling. It has to be the orgs, and they have to follow their players. They have to build that fan base around their players, build those story moments, capture the good moments in the matches that they're doing on stage, capture the frustrations. You get me? Like behind, like all that shit, bro. Like there's a few orgs that have done it, not enough for it to become like a massive thing, like you're talking about.
Yep. Mizzy, you're gonna chime in?
Yeah,
I was saying that I feel similar to you, Clouds. Like I think it was a little too late for our generation. Because I mean, if esports like in any capacity was really a thing for a while when I was growing up, I don't think I would have. I think that would have ended up being my career. Because I was good enough for it. Like I got invited to BlizzCon and stuff. It's just like, how am I gonna explain to my mom and the hood that like let's go to San Francisco so I can go play video games, like, and not get paid for it,
Same, bro.
But it was it was definitely something that as it was happening, and it was like past that era for me, I was a little bitter for a while. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, too, fuck, bro. I would have been like, knowing that you were actually good enough for it because of the kind of competition that I did play against on a regular basis. And then it's like, fuck, like I wasn't able to be a part of that scene. And then by the time it was forming, like I was too busy in life. But it is really cool seeing like the next generation being able to enjoy it. And even some of the guys from our generation that were just like cool with, like sticking it out and waiting for the scene to eventually develop. But there's plenty of those kind of guys in like the WoW scene, at least. Like the pioneers, like Sea-Doo, and he, like not as in gold, holy shit, Bajira, Swifty, all those guys, like there's so many of them that just like really stuck through it during like the shady times, right? Where it was like you were kind of fucking weird for being a professional gamer. And like it worked out for a lot of them, and it's really cool seeing that scene like what it is today. Even though WoW's like esports scene isn't very popular, like for the WoW players, it's pretty much everything. Like everyone knows everyone within that scene, and once you've kind of gotten to a certain point, it's like cool because it's small enough that you can still like play with them pretty regularly or against them pretty regularly once you get to a certain MMR. So yeah, like if my kid were to, you know, be growing up and be like super cracked at WoW, I'd probably live vicariously through him. But not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna train you to
yeah,
be just
I'm like motherfucker, we're gonna make you the next Nuts. Because Nuts is like,
bro.
my opinion, like the goated WoW player.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, you're
That's
gonna
what
be
I'm
the
saying. Like,
next
I would
Nuts.
know exactly how to train my kid to like
exactly
make sure he's like a dope ass like FPS player or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, I think also to your point, like where you were saying, like explaining to your mom about like how do you travel. Like to me personally, it was also like then you also have the internal guilt, right? From like my side, like feeling guilty of like, damn, like my parents have sacrificed so much, right? Like to make sure I had a good life and shit. Like,
yep.
I can't just fucking drop everything and fucking start playing video games 12 hours a day, you know? Like that's just not how I was raised. That guilt will eat me alive, you get me? So I never had the ability to, even when I was making my own money, you get me? And I could have still had said like, fuck it, I'm going into esports, you get me? Like I just could never do that, man, because I was always raised like I need to make sure that, you know, I want to have a good life for myself and my family that I do in the future, you know, and now my wife, obviously, but also take care of my parents, take care of my family, you get me? So that's just the mentality, I guess, the mentality of like immigrant parents or like shit like that, you know. So like yeah, it's just we need to provide, we need to make sure we're set up, like all that shit. And like I said, bro, I don't regret anything in my life because at the end of the day I have my successes and now I'm able to circle back into the industry that I love and do it without the pressure of like, oh my god, I need to do this to provide, or like I need to make sure this video hits so I can make money or whatever, you get me? Like I can just enjoy it and actually build what we're building, for example, make the connections we made within each other, all that type of shit, you know. So like I don't regret anything. I don't regret having more fame as an esports player or anything like that. But when I was a kid, it did bother me. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
like Mizzy said, I was fucking pissed at myself at not taking that lead for so many years. You get me? Like, and that risk of just like what could have happened, like how far could I have made it, you know? But hey, you live and you learn.
Hey, we still making that shit happen, bro. That shit ain't
Hell yeah, bro.
Splitgate too, baby.
Listen, I'll tell this to anybody listening or anybody here in this fucking studio. I'll still slap the shit out of you in COD in any title. It can be Black Ops 6. I don't give a fuck. Let's run it.
Yeah, play me in Smash.
Some bitch? Let's go. I said
run it Thursday with Splitgate 2.
Don't
Come
bring
on,
up
let me
another
know.
game, bro.
Let me know.
Call of Duty. Hey, bro.
Hey,
whatever.
you can win your game. I'll win in my game. There you go.
Bro, you said that in XFI and I slapped the shit out of you.
And then what you say in Halo Infinite, I slapped you there too.
Yeah, bro. Game don't.
Nah, that's what I said.
Okay,
You got your game. I got my game. That's
You've been playing that shit for like the whole 5 years that's been alive.
The whole 5 years.
Fucking, you know.
I wish, but no.
I mean, literally, you'd have to be like one of the competitive current WoW players to beat me a WoW. Like, so you know,
bro, you could.
I don't think anyone.
You could probably use the worst build in WoW. Have both hands tied behind your back, play with your nose, and still fucking beat the shit out of me. In that game.
Yeah,
we
like you
want to WoW as a group once. For like 30 minutes, and I was just like, bro, I'm completely lost. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Mizzy's flying with a dragon in the sky. I'm over here trying to kill a fucking goblin for 3 hours. I'm not doing any damage. Like,
I think that's the cool thing, though. Each one of us has something that we're really dominant at. Hado with the fighting games, you with COD, Mizzy
and
with World of Warcraft. There you go. And
shooters, bro. Still slap the shit out of you in Halo if you give me the practice.
Oh, buddy, don't lie to yourself. Okay, we went to your classic crap and I beat the crap out of it. I don't want to hear it. Come on,
bro. Halo 3, a game I haven't played in like almost 20, like 12 years.
It
like,
was for no movement. You still lost without movement.
Oh my god,
damn,
this guy.
Damn,
I gave you your old ways. Oh yeah, what the fuck?
These guys.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Give me slide canceling and see what happens.
Slide canceling in Halo?
No, in any game, in any.
I was like, there's no slide canceling in Halo.
No, slide cancel on that shit. There's no gravity.
That's true.
Like,
Hey, that's why we like. Hey, Splitgate 2 got them thrusters. So I'm so hyped, bro. Ooh.
Bro, you need to make an ad or something for them, bro.
Yeah, man. Splitgate.
You're working overtime for Splitgate.
bro.
Brother, I played the alpha. I've been hyped since they announced it. Yeah, I'm
Yo, if you don't
hard.
hire Siege right now, he's gonna make a tweet like that woman and say a bunch of crazy shit that you stole his
I already got something
artwork.
planned.
You stole his fucking. You see this emblem, this PFP that he's rocking. He's gonna start saying that you stole that shit.
Yo,
So you better pay
Mizzy,
this man.
Mizzy Clouds. I get your frustration with me talking about XRP. When I hear Siege talk about Splitgate, it's the same thing.
Yo,
Okay.
I don't think I put out that much.
You had to deal with Siege
Yeah.
talking about Splitgate for how
For
long?
like a month.
Right?
Like
Not
a
even
month,
that.
bro.
Not even
Brother,
as
we've been
long
dealing
as
with that
XRP.
shit for 2 years.
Thank you.
Yeah,
brother.
and guess what? It's never gonna change. It's gonna be that way for the rest of my life, nigga.
At least
for
I'm
the
glad.
rest of my
At
life.
least I'm glad it turned into a positive talk and not the negative stuff that
Yeah,
we used to hear
yep.
before. Because holy shit, I thought you never
Like
were gonna
fucking
come out of
Gary,
that.
fuck you, Gary.
Yeah.
I
fuck
remember
you,
the
Gary.
Gary talks. We
Bro,
don't,
it was
Gary Gantz is a bitch ass
I
nigga.
was
You
like,
right?
so we don't like that guy named Gary. Got it. Understood.
Nope.
nah.
Nope. We don't like anyone named Gary. Gary V, you can get the hands too, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Did
man,
not
listen,
vote to free Tory, bro. Did not vote to free Tory.
Gary V didn't vote.
I'm just kidding. I was just talking
Man, I was
shit.
gonna go be like, yo,
We
what
need
the
another
fuck,
80s
man?
album from Tory, man. That shit was
Yes,
amazing.
sir.
Bro, you may be friends, bro. How can you not free Tory? Come on.
You got a free Tory, bro. You got a free
Come on,
Tory.
bro.
I think it makes
doing
sense.
Nigga got to get stabbed.
Yo, how
multiple
many times did
to
he get
free.
stabbed? Was it 14?
He got stabbed
14.
14 times, dude.
Bro,
14.
what? They
Glad he's
must have
okay.
fucking. I hope
Yeah.
his face is not fucked up. Dude.
He got stabbed once in the face,
Oh man,
8 times in the back.
Jesus.
Yeah, he got fucked up pretty good, dude.
Oh man, this guy's not gonna be able to sing for a while.
Yeah.
Dude's gonna be making a diss
He
track
got,
with
let me look it
Tracy
up.
this
4
week.
times. Okay, so 7 times to the back, 4 times to the torso, twice to the back of the head, 1 time to the left side of his face, and his lungs collapsed. And he ended up in the ER.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
he needed to be placed on a breathing apparatus to breathe.
That's
He-
fucking wild.
Damn, bro.
He's made progress, though. The fact that he can put
Yeah.
it on the zone now is pretty quick.
Next
so that's
album,
good.
Hard to Breathe.
Hey, there you go. I mean,
Yo,
probably
right now,
thinks
right
it's
now,
not
right now.
bad.
Every-
He probably
every-
actually did
All right,
that.
my bad.
Everybody
has
has to come up with a title for the next album based on him.
Why did it hurt so
Why
bad?
are we doing this?
It's too soon for this.
No, but how many of you guys think it was a setup? A lot of people are saying this
Oh,
was an assassination
100%.
setup with the whole new allegations of that other lady shooting Megan instead of him.
Yeah.
So they're saying that they wanted to take him out before that news came out, so that he didn't have a chance, basically.
Bro. I remember when Tory, like I've been a fan since, and I wouldn't say like a hardcore fan. I've always been an appreciator of his music. He's always been a multi-genre artist. Back when he dropped "Say It," I thought he was like really, like when he first came out, it was really fresh, and he's always been on this path of like finding his way to be independent, finding a way to not need record labels and stuff like that. And right when he finally cracked the code, because during COVID he had his radio show, that shit had the internet on lock for a minute. Like he was just, like streaming all the time on Twitch, kind of having people come on. He was kind of doing like in a weird way, like what Aiden Ross and all those people do with like bringing, like almost like what Kai Cenat did with bringing people on the show and like having like this whole music thing. And he was making all these songs during the summer. And then he finally hit like the peak, which was the NFTs. He launched an album and he released it to his audience. He didn't do the traditional like sales route. And he made like a couple $100,000, I'm pretty sure. Like I don't know the exact number, but I know it was over $100,000. And the audience was actually going to be able to get royalties from the album. And literally like a couple months later, that's when the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing went down. So I always felt like it was a setup from the beginning. Like the whole experience.
It does sound really shady, It's just, But yeah, he was saying. I will say, man. Like I said in the comment that I posted in your post the other day, like he was saying some crazy shit when that whole shit went down. I don't know if this dude was. I don't know if he was just trying to get attention or like Marcus something or something. But I remember him when that whole news came out of like Megan getting shot and stuff. Like I remember him going on IG and just saying all sorts of crazy shit about it. I'm like, bro, like why? I think maybe he didn't think he was gonna get to, you know, like actually found guilty or some shit, you know? Because now then he found himself in jail, and then that's when he was like, oh shit, you know, let me start like actually looking for the facts here, you know? But that's wild, man. I can't believe he got stabbed 14 times. That sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, I just asked ChatGPT what it assumes he would name his next album based off of him, this experience, and we got Breathtaker, Exhale, Gasp, Blood and Oxygen.
Blood and Oxygen sounds like that would be his album for sure. For sure.
And Closer to the Edge.
I don't know. I'm with Closer to the Edge or Blood and Oxygen. That sounds like it could be like the Torey album to me. That sounds wild, man. I can't believe ChatGPT has no shield, bro. I thought it was to give you like some type of restriction, you know, like it's too soon. He just got stabbed.
Like nigga, really already?
Like damn, bro. Give a guy a chance to like come out of ICU, bro. Yo, and then Diddy is going on trial. I believe like this week or next week or something.
This week. It started already.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that motherfucker has no chance.
Brother.
No chance.
Yeah.
30
chance in hell.
This motherfucker.
30 years minimum, bro. Or life.
He had Cassie rubbing semen on his chest.
Yeah, that's
Bro, what?
Okay.
That's fucking weird, bro. I know.
Who?
Diddy had Cassie, like she testified, right?
Who's
Cassie?
His
Jinx.
girl.
A woman that used to sing.
Cassie Ventura. It's me.
You said she had.
There you go.
You said he had her semen.
No. He had her sleep. Jesus Christ! Oh my god! Oh my god!
She was rubbing his semen on her.
I was like, what is going on, bro?
I'll let you get there.
I was like, what?
Mizzy, give us the breakdown. Give us the breakdown. Bro said I ain't got no more baby oil. Steven will do.
I was so confused, bro.
So like, during so during Diddy's freak offs, right? He would obviously his girl, who is Cassie Ventura, she used to be used to be a pop star because she stopped making music a long time ago, but she used to be a pop star. She would sleep with other men during the freak offs. And after they would come, he'd watch. And then after they would come, she'd take their semen and go to the next room and rub it on his chest and on his nipple. Yeah.
Bro, what?
It's a dark world out there, bro. Yep.
All right, bro.
LeBron, why would you go to a Diddy party?
That's add another 10 years to that sentence.
Remember the LeBron clip? It ain't no party
like a Diddy
party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Yeah.
He was smiling his ass off.
I bet LeBron.
Yeah. So that is one of the unfortunate like snippets I heard about the Diddy trial.
I'm so glad. I don't want to hear any of that shit. So I'm so glad that I'm not following that.
The Diddler.
I did hear that. Yeah, man. He's a sicko, dude. That dude is a sicko. Do you think he's gonna get stabbed too in jail? Do you think he's gonna get a
I think I don't know, man. Like that's
they
the
have
thing.
him in confinement, so they can't get to him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, how much dirt did he have on these people? Like,
probably a lot.
That's what I thought. Like, I thought he was gonna get assassinated, like Epstein. Yeah, it's like, bro, like the amount of people he could probably rat out, you know, to get like a lower sentence. It's like insane.
You know, even if they don't like, if they kill him or not, like we already know, like everybody's gonna be like, oh well, he definitely was just murdered, and then they replaced him with a clone. So people are always gonna theorize, but
you want a Diddy clone, bro?
You know,
ain't no clone like a Diddy clone.
You know the internet. You know the internet. Like even if he isn't assassinated, everybody's gonna be like he was killed and he was cloned.
He doesn't run on oil. He runs on fucking baby oil.
Look,
Diddy 2.0.
Diddy runs on baby oil and semen.
Oh God, bro.
Yep.
Gross.
Yep. Bro, when I heard that, I was like, "What the fuck?" Because you know, I'm in a house full of women that love gossip, right? Like, you know, I got Jackie.
I love what?
That love gossip. They love gossip.
Oh, gossip.
Yeah,
Why
yo,
you say it like that?
I got.
I know, bro. Dude went to church for a second there.
Shit, like Jackie loves that shit. My sister loves that shit. My niece loves that shit. My mom loves that shit. So I pull up anywhere, and they're like, "Oh, did you hear about this?" And I'm just like, I don't know how many times I gotta tell you, motherfuckers. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. But they don't give a shit. They make me listen to it anyways. So they're just like, well, fuck you. Did you know Diddy was rubbing semen on his chest? I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro, why?
I didn't need to fucking know that.
Bro, you know what you remind me of? You remind
He's
me
literally
of,
mentioned that shit like 7 times since he started talking about it.
You know what you
It's like
remind me
stuck
of?
in his brain.
It's the New Girl episode where what's that Wyan's? I don't know the fucking name of the Wyan guy, but he's like, you know why I know this? Because I have sisters. He can say that in my fucking show. I have sisters.
Oh, the Wyan brothers? Is that who you're talking about?
One of them, like it's one
Yeah,
of
the Wayne brothers.
Marlon and
Wayne
whatever
brothers.
his other name
well,
is,
it's not those two. It's like the son of one of them. So
Oh,
like,
the son
okay.
of one of them. Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
He was in the show New Girl, and he was talking about how like the girls are fighting, and he's like, you know how I know that they're fighting? Because like they weren't like talking like they were fighting; they were like passive aggressive. He's like, it's because I have sisters. And he goes to a flashback where he's like hanging out with his sisters, and like the one of them's like, I'm sad because the hair or whatever, and then they cut their hair to like fight the girl or something like that, and he's like, from that day on, he understood like that sisters are always gonna fight.
Shit.
Yeah, that's the way it be. I'm glad I have a brother. I don't have a sister.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of there. Don't get me wrong, sisters are awesome, but it does, at least in my case, it does come with a heavy dosage of useless celebrity gossip.
Gossip. Like they're reading Cosmo and stuff.
Bro, literally growing up, my sister would pull out the Cosmo and be like, "Yo, you gotta read
Yo,
this
your
shit."
horoscope says you're fucked.
Oh man! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, shit.
Oh man, you gotta love it, dude. I think there was a session in Cosmo where they would tell you like cocktails and shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna act like I didn't read it. I read that shit. It was entertaining, you know.
Yeah, I
a
read,
lot of
a couple of segments.
A lot of sexual education for a young man in his early teens. And I was like, "Yep."
In today's
I'm
issue,
taking
how
notes.
to apply a condom. You start at the tip.
I'm not even gonna front. Like there was this one interview. They interviewed like John Mayer, and he was like, "Boys, learn your obtuse angles."
John
Thank
Mayer.
me later.
Wait, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, they interviewed John Mayer about like sex positions, and I was like, "Oh, John Blair." At the time, he was like fucking Jessica Simpson or some shit. So I was like, "Oh, this boy laying pipe. Like I gotta pay attention." So I read the article, and he was like, learn your obtuse angles, young men." And I was like, noted, noted.
John Mayer is such a weirdo, like such a weirdo when it comes to like being an artist.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
This dude, like, okay, so he's obviously, I hate his music, right? Like as far as like songs, but I think he's a fucking genius guitar player, right?
Yep.
And composer and all that shit. Like he knows music. But so he went.
Yeah, he started off being like a metalhead, and then he just like went into the soft rock shit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he went into the Taylor Swift
Oh,
shit,
shit.
and I was like, all right, bro, I'm done with you. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. But
Yeah,
but he went from
but
that,
it was
bro,
brilliant.
to
He
being
made
like
so
the-
much money.
Oh yeah, bro. He knows what he's doing. But he went
Yeah.
from that to being like the fucking Playboy owner. Or what was that guy's name? Hugh Hefner or whatever.
You have
Yeah,
He
to.
went from being that in the Fantasy Factory in Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory show. Like I don't know if you guys remember, but there was
I
like
remember
a whole
that show.
season where he came on that show for a whole season wearing a fucking Louis Vuitton robe and like pajama pants and like a fucking pipe. Like he was fucking this dude from Playboy. And, like that's all he did like throughout the whole show. Then now he's like a fucking wash reviewer on YouTube, bro. He has like a whole YouTube channel about washes and like
What the fuck?
interviewing celebrities about their watch collection and shit. And then they sing songs together. I'm like,
That's fucking.
I'm like, bro,
what?
this dude has gone on the most random arc of just different creations I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
you're right. I'm looking
John
it up
Mayer.
right now. That's crazy.
He's
Yeah, bro,
sticking
it's
with it,
fucking
man. He's sticking with it.
Talking
It's
watches
fucking
with
insane,
Ed
dude.
Sheeran.
But the funniest part is fucking
Ed
John
Sheeran.
Mayer, bro. You mentioned John Mayer anywhere, and people know who the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
John
it's
Mayer's a
like you
fucking
wouldn't
legend.
expect that from an artist that big. Like it's like, bro, what?
Yeah. John Mayer is a fucking legend, and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna start to watch YouTube. Like, I would love to see what his team would say. You know, like obviously they're probably used to that type of shit from him, but like, imagine you're this like he's well over $100 million. Like he's made tons of money, one of the most successful musicians of all time, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna start to watch YouTube.
Bro, so the funny part, so I started because I watched this dude on YouTube named Nico Leonard, which is like he owns like he sells watches, right? Like, and he reviews, like he does videos where he reacts to people's collection and then he calls out like when they're fake watches and shit like that, right?
Yep. I've seen his clips.
So he was talking about John Mayer, and apparently, so that channel that he has for watches, he owns the channel, right? It's like a whole production shit. He owns the channel, and he started as the host of the show. Then he backed up and got like a new host so that he could be more like in the back end production type of shit. And the new host fucking sucked. So he decided to take over the channel again as the host just to bring more views back into the channel, bro. So
John Mayer did that?
Yeah, John Mayer did that.
That's crazy. I mean, of course the views are going to go down if it's not him. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. I just thought it was, I don't know, bro. It was the most random shit I've ever seen from like a musical artist. So... But you know who was truly legendary? The Jonas Brothers. They started blogging on YouTube. They were like one of the first music artists to start blogging on YouTube. If you guys remember
that shit. I remember when that shit came out. Like I didn't watch it, but I remember like kids at school talking about it.
It was like a tour bus shit. Like it was like their life in their tour bus and like how they went to school on the tour bus and shit. It was
I missed that whole era. I don't even know.
Come on,
I have
man.
no idea.
You weren't part of the year 3000? Come on, bro.
The what?
Not much to say, but they lived underwater.
Is that like a song reference?
Yeah, it is. They have a song called Year 3000. All right, man. In other news, Borderlands just came out. Bro, I keep calling this game Borderlands.
You say butter?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like I'm saying that, but I'm saying Borderlands. But somebody did call me out on that on my TikTok, and I said, "Fuck him."
Yeah, I remember.
It's like, "Fuck you, dude." How about that? And then Mizzy came in, and he was like, "Fuck you, dude."
Borderlands.
I thought that shit was funny.
Borderlands. Yeah, he was. This guy was like trolling you on fucking TikTok, and I was like, "You little piece of shit! Like how fucking rich."
It's like me if I was a dick. Yeah.
Come on,
now you listen to me.
But anyways, Borderland came out with a bunch of new updates. They did like a deep dive into the new game that's coming out. Siege, can you give us like a little? I know you follow this game more than anyone here, so can you give us like a little recap of what is coming to the new game? What should we be looking out for? The graphics look sick. I'm not gonna lie. The graphics is a big change. So let me pull this up,
dude. Of course.
Let me pull this up and go off, King.
So I will say this. So what's cool about Borderlands 4, because you guys are used to like loading screens and things like that. It's been claimed by the CEO of Gearbox that there'll be no loading screens, and anything you see in games. So like, say you see, I don't know, because there's a crashed moon next to where we're at. If you see that in the distance, you can get there. So if you see something, you can get to that. So it's not fully an open world,
but it's more open world than like.
Than previous titles. Yeah, so if you see some distance, you can get to it. And I think that's a pretty cool feature. They're adding
this weapons look insane, dude.
Oh, they're nuts, man. I mean, remember there's like 8 manufacturers, so different types of weapons. That's pretty cool. You have TORY, so think of like shooting out rockets and things like that. We have the 4 new Vault Hunters, which are pretty crazy.
I would say gameplay wise, this looks a lot more fun and better than the one we played. I know it was like Borderlands 2.
Well, yeah, that was the older one. That was the pre-sequel.
Yeah. So like
movement, it feels good. You're getting so think of it like a very good movement shooter. You're getting your double jump, your dodge, I guess you could say. Like you're thrusting to the left, right. It's pretty cool. So
is the skills bigger too? Like the skill tree?
There's
like
more skills than I think it was like 29 or something total. And then previous games were like 8 or 9 less. So they're much bigger than before. So a lot more in depth. So
these characters are looking crazy too, man. Everything's looking nice, man. I like it. The drops of like that you get from killing people and stuff like reminded me a lot of like Destiny. The way it looks.
Oh, the loot and stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Oh,
a lot of people are calling it Destiny, and like you guys don't know.
Borderlands is
like
the OG shooter.
Yeah, like people
shooter.
don't know that shit, man. Like
I ignore it on Instagram all the time when they say, "Hey, bro, it looks like Destiny." I'm like, okay, whatever you say, man. But I will also say what's cool is they've so like loot drops are more special. That was a big issue with Borderlands 3. Like legendaries would just drop so easily, and it didn't feel like exciting to get one. So they fixed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Overall, it's gonna be a fun game. I'm excited to see how they go about it. But definitely a huge improvement from 3. So,
have you played the VR one?
Borderlands 2 VR? No.
Because I'm kind of intrigued by it.
They came out with every time about like the version of 2. I've never played VR in my life. I'll just say that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, I would look into it if you so.
Yeah.
Now this I'm excited about, bro. What Splitgate is coming out with Splitgate 2, which is your favorite game.
Right next to Borderlands. Same height, man.
What's that sound?
Oh, pause. All right, yep.
Clapping cheeks, bro. Clapping cheeks.
Hey,
no, but yo, I think this lab thing that they're coming out with is fucking dope.
Oh, we can't hear you, Klutz.
Yeah, you cut out
a bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, like, I'm super excited for this lab thing that they're bringing out, bro, because I think I've been waiting for like that feeling of the Forge from Halo to come back.
That's essentially what it is. Yeah,
and this shit looks exactly like it. The amount of stuff you can do, the world creations you can do. I can't wait for like the custom games that are gonna come out of this, bro.
The fact that it's coming out in the beta is cool, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And I will say this too for everyone. If you're curious to try this, the beta does not end until the game launches. So it's not like a beta. Hey, it's open for 2 or 3 weeks and then it's done. No, it keeps going until exactly. So I'm excited. So it's not going to stop.
Go.
So
bring back the great. I fucking hate this Portal shit, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I love it for like surfing, like they were doing there, but like I hate it for like the game mechanics.
You don't like to make. Oh, I love it.
No, that's the game, though. That's
I know. I get it. I get it. I know. I just.
There's probably gonna be a mode without portals. I think that would be smart of them. Like Fortnite,
no build. If you have Forge, you can do anything, bro.
Yeah, I think it would be successful though, because again, Fortnite, no build. There was plenty of people that would play
that. Way better.
Yeah, 100%. That's the only way I would play it.
So, question for you, Siege: if you know about the development team, are any of these people from the original Halo team?
That I do not know, but I'll just say this: when it comes to, look, this is the one thing that I've remembered. I don't know why. When it comes to like the cosmetics, like the guns and everything, I know they're from notable companies like they've worked on COD in the past and Valorant and things like that. And those cosmetics are pretty freaking nutty. And obviously,
ChatGPT.
What's up?
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT real quick.
There you go. And that's what is needed when it comes to a free to play game. Like, let's be honest, that stuff's important because it's how else are they going to fund it? But no, I will say, like, going off that whole, if you don't mind, off that development question. What's really cool is they're literally listening to all the feedback and implementing it. And it's been crazy how transparent they've been with everything. And I will say the only thing I hope they fix, and I'm not a huge fan of this, y'all can let me know, is rounds for arena modes. So think of it like this: TDM. Instead of playing to like 50 kills, there's rounds in between it. So after whoever hits 15 kills first, they win that round of TDM, and then it starts. I don't think rounds belong in arena mode. They belong in certain modes like search and destroy and things like that. But I think that's been a big thing. People have been giving feedback, so I expect to see that changed. But yeah, round modes don't belong in arena modes besides modes that need it, like search. So just my opinion.
That sounds like Valorant has like rounds where it's like you have X amount of kills and then you go into the next round and then you get the next gun. So it's like a gun game, but it's also like a round based. Yeah. I don't like those kind of modes.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
They don't belong.
One of their level designers did work at Halo 3 on Halo.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, cool. Well,
so that makes a lot of sense.
And I will say also, with that Forge trailer you were showing, or excuse me, the lab, some of those people, I don't know how many, but I know at least Unique in the beginning, he's been a notable forger in the Halo community. And I'm sure there's other people that they were showing in the trailer. So it was really cool that they invited people out to get their hands on this tool and display it. So it's exciting.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm telling
cool.
you, man. That's gonna bring back that's gonna keep. If anything, if more games brought back that type of experience, I think it would keep games alive longer.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean
Facts.
when you give the option for players to create their own shit based on games that they already enjoy, that's when you get the best outcome, in my opinion, bro. Because
If
Halo Forge only became popular because how many people enjoy Halo 3 multiplayer. You get what I'm saying? Like people just love playing that, like Slayer and shit. So the ability for them to take that type of game mode even further by incorporating certain things within the map design that weren't there before is what made Forge popular. That's why people started playing custom games more than actual multiplayer games. You get me?
and if
Slayer.
And if I may say off that too, and obviously this is no dissing or whatever, this is like actually would have been cool. X Defiant with all the IPs they were having. You remember when they did that huge content drop? All their IPs from Splinter Cell and everything. Imagine if they had a Forge mode and you could use those in-game assets from those other games, and that would have been nuts. That would have been hard
as a
as
sad story, man. It's a sad story because they could have gone there. You get me? But they were
No,
never given
100%.
a chance by Ubisoft because they're a piece of shit.
Yep.
But
No.
anyways, I don't want to get sentimental and emotional right now.
No, all
let's
good.
move on
Rightfully
from
so.
We got to make a game, bro. We got too many beautiful minds here, you know. Mizzy with his pedigree of making money in a game that don't make money. Clouds with all of his esport expertise and getting destroyed by Siege in the game he likes, but you know, Clouds destroys him in the other game he likes.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
Back and forth.
I'm better.
Okay, buddy. Play Splitgate Thursday. Let me know.
My game was harder and it's better, so you know. It's all good.
We got movement. We got thruster movement. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. As if I had way faster movement than Halo 5 or Halo Infinite. I mean,
Halo 5,
right?
Yeah,
I never
Halo
even
5
touched
piece
that.
of shit.
Halo 5 looks amazing.
You never touched any other Halo, so you can't say really anything. So
I mean, I love thrusters and jetpacks. So
you like thrusting? Gotcha.
Yeah, full wall, buddy. I mean, yeah, of course, back shots. All right, let's continue. So, pause.
Anyways.
I'm curious, though, if you don't mind, Mizzy, what are your thoughts on Splitgate 2 in general, or what are your first thoughts? I don't know if you've looked into it at all, or I'm just curious about your opinion on it.
When it comes to Splitgate 2,
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you my thoughts. I really don't have many. I have to try it out. Like,
okay,
I've seen all the gameplay, and I'm kind of just numb to it. Like,
okay,
the portal, the whole idea of it looks cool, but I don't know. It looks like it's gonna be like the finals. I didn't know how I felt about it until I tried it, and I really liked the concept, but it wasn't for me. You know,
that game turned to shit, bro.
Yeah, so fast.
You can't play that game now, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, when it comes to Splitgate, like I'm intrigued and I will be trying it. Probably not on launch day, but I'll try it over at some point over the next like month or so.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it looks very interesting. It's just like I ever since we started Catalyst, I don't know if anyone else feels this way. It's like hard to really feel any kind of way about game releases anymore because I feel like we're always getting so overwhelmed with so many games coming out. Whether it be Web 3 or Web 2, it's always like there's something else for me to try or test or like to jump into. That I always have a long list of shit that I have to try.
Oh, and I don't even have enough time, bro.
Yeah.
See, I'm grateful I don't like. I'm very what's it called? Tunnel vision, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Borderlands, the Splitgate, or you know, like those types of games, I'm good. And then I don't really look for anything else. Like right now, while waiting for Splitgate, I finally played The Last of Us. Like whenever it comes to breaks between games, then that's when I venture out. So,
well, dude, I'm the same way. Like I've been playing, literally Compete and Warzone, and that's all I've been playing. But the bad thing with that is that you also miss out on other fun fucking experiences and games.
Agreed.
Like, bro, I used to love playing Marvel Rivals, and I stopped playing it because I've been playing those two games that I just mentioned. But I recently started playing it back because of one of the events that we did, and I hopped in. And bro, I'm fucking using what's this dude from Fantastic Four, the flame guy? I forget his name.
Human Torch.
Human Torch. I'm using the Human Torch, bro. I'm fucking dropping like 40 kill games and shit, and I forgot how much fun that game was. You get me? So I was like, fuck, I wish I could play. I wish I had more time to play this, you know, because I actually like it. But I'm like, I'd rather play a shooter because that's what I like, you know. So it's hard. It's
for
hard.
me, ever since RuneScape Dragon Wild comes out, it's the game that I always find myself coming back to.
Are you still
the
playing
most? I'm playing it right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I know you were streaming it a lot, so but I hadn't seen you in a while doing it.
Yeah, like
so.
I'm gonna be real. Like it's not the most entertaining game to watch from a streamer perspective or like a viewer perspective. I mean, but it's one of those games where you play it like in a couple hours every day. It's a survival game, so like you do what you want in it, And that's what I like about that game is like you kind of like make a base if you want. You can go around and explore. Right now I'm fighting these fucking wolves and trying to like just get a bunch of supplies and stuff for like the next trek for my next progression in the game. But a lot of people will just like group up and do it, and I'm doing this solo. So I don't know, it's like just something that I can always come to, and it's like a game that's like a different experience every time.
Sounds like it has a bit of everything, so that's cool.
Yep. And since it's early access, it's kind of like this is the true what you say, building in public. This is the real building in public, because not only do they have people in the Discord asking like, should we do this or that, but they also have like, here's the roadmap for this quarter or whatever. And it's like, now we're adding this, and then here's the fix for that, etc. So like, we're getting like feedback in real time for this game, and that's what I like about it too.
Hey, nobody builds more in public than we do, all right? You tell fucking Wildlands or whatever the hell their name is.
Damn.
All right?
We'll call them out.
All right, take some goddamn notes.
Stand on business, Cloud. Stand on business.
Yeah, fuck that
They
shit,
got
man.
governance without a token.
All right, nobody has fucked up more live than we have.
Oh,
shit,
fucking dead.
All right, this is this post no longer exists. That's wild. But there was some crazy ass news. Our favorite AI bot, Cerebro,
Oh my god,
came out with some crazy shit. Apparently, the creator of Cerebro is no longer with us.
Well, he faked his suicide.
Yeah, he faked
we can't say the word
he
that starts with S, but
he faked unaliving himself.
Yes, bro, that shit was wild. So at first, they made it seem like it was real due to like threats that he was getting and shit like that.
And a video that he made.
Yeah, and then Mizzy, if you know about this stuff, let me bring it up, and then you can kind of just
man. This shit was I thought this shit was crazy.
Wild. Because first of all, I personally hadn't heard of Cerebro in a bit. Yep. You know, it kind of like I don't want to say lost hype, but just disappeared from.
It lost hype, bro. It fell off because Jeffy fell off. Like he stopped being as active. He like played around with the bot, and it kind of seemed like he was less unhinged, and that was kind of what made it, hype in the beginning. And then at the same time, it was like the AI agent meta died off. And Zero Bro's roadmap was very like, I wouldn't say basic because I thought it was cool. It's just not what this space wants. It was like music and clothes. It was basically almost like what you want to do at Catalyst, where it's like a lifestyle brand, right? And D-Gens don't want to hear that. Like that's not going to pump their bags. So they were just like, and then
he went like super racist too.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, really?
So.
Oh shit!
What ended up happening was Zero Bro dev started crashing the fuck out. Like Jeffy started like he was being racist as shit. So was Zero Bro. He was like programming him to be more racist. He was just like losing his fucking mind. Like, and it was obviously now very orchestrated to make it look like he was kind of like falling off his rocker a little bit. And then one night he posts this video where he puts a gun to his mouth, and then the screen like goes red. And that was it. Like you see like the light come off out of the gun, and it was just like the end. And then like another day or two go by, and a bunch of people started saying like, no. We actually found out from some of the investors in the space that he's fine, and he's like actually reaching out to people. So they like aired it out. So yeah,
it's all due to like blackmail and like a bunch of like threats and stuff from like significant others, man. Like, which is the worst part. Like, that shit sucks, But I get like he explains it all in this post, I guess, where he's like, if I would have like exited out publicly, it would have tanked the price of Cerebro and Opium projects when my departure became imminent. This would have resulted in even more intense targeting, which has previously evidenced when our token price dropped 90% in January, causing a massive increase in resentment towards me as a developer. Retiring would have only resulted in further doxing and potential assaults. Yeah, so this guy was scared for his life.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I never leaned towards faking your own death or like faking,
Unaliving yourself.
Yeah, like it's just I don't know. That's just not the way to handle it. But yeah, it's crazy that he had to deal with all of that too, man. I don't even know. That's fucking wild. A lot of people, like a lot of things in the field now. Yeah, like a lot of kidnaps happening in France for crypto people. Like it's been fucking crazy with that.
Also,
like,
there's the Coinbase ransom thing that happened today.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
Where he's like, I would never respond publicly and say no.
Yeah.
Now there's a ransom.
We're not gonna pay you.
I'm like, oh, okay.
We're not gonna pay you.
Calm down, Baldy. Shit.
Even though you have access to a bunch of people's personal information, I say screw that. All right. I don't care. Bro, it's fucking people's behaviors sometimes are crazy, man. But yeah, man, I thought the cerebral stuff was wild when I saw it. I was like, no way, man. But yeah, crazy stuff, man.
This space moves so slow, and then it moves like a mile a minute, dude. It's crazy.
Bro, this space is... You can't keep up.
Yeah, I don't.
One day we're like down, nothing's happening. The next day, like over 30 things have happened, and you don't even know where it came from. So
yeah.
Like, what the fuck? So, prayers to all the people in the trenches. Prayers to all the people in the trenches.
It's a crazy world in the trenches, man.
Yeah, Mizzy has had a crazy morning the other day.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I'll tell it. Like, so I'm in fucking. I woke up yesterday at like 5 o'clock in the morning because I hadn't slept the night before, and I ended up falling asleep at like 10 p.m. And I woke up at 5, and I was like, "Fuck it, like let's get the day started." So I do a bunch of work, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go and see like what's going on in the shitcoin casino. So I see this project, and like AI has kind of been picking up again in the trenches. And I'll be honest, I only like to, like, even when I'm doing degenerate speculative stuff, I only like to do stuff that I know that I kind of have an edge in as far as like knowledge that I can like recognize like what could be the thing that potentially drives speculation. So Bonk, for those of you who aren't familiar with Bonk, they're a Solana launchpad. They're Solana meme coin. They're actually like I would say they're the Doge of Solana meme coins. And they launched a launchpad to compete with Pump Fun because Pump Fun was like taking shots at them a while ago. And they were taking shots at Radium as well, which is a decentralized exchange on Solana. So Bonk teamed up with Radium and they launched their own like competitor of a launchpad. So I was like looking at projects that were launching there, and there was this like token called Wraith, which ironically they were like, this is the first AI agent to be launched out of the Bonk launchpad. So whenever it's like the first of something, they're on a launchpad or in a blockchain or whatever, there's always a chance it goes on a run. And it started off decent. Like I put like $500 in, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, it was sitting at like 100K. It was sitting at like 200K market cap, and I was like, this might go on a little run. No, not at all, man. It was pretty bad. It was like tweeting and everything looked good, and I'm like, all right, it's doing its job. And then all of a sudden, all the tweets stopped coming out. Dev obviously fucking rugged, and yeah, that $500 was worth like 50 in less than half an hour.
Yeah, damn.
I was like, fuck. So I mean, I took the L. It is what it is.
If we're sharing a failure in the trenches, I put a lot of money into this thing called CMAI, and it was Cookmaster AI, and basically he'd make a bunch of cooking puns. Yeah, we lost a lot of money on that. I'm not going to share how much I lost, but we lost. Yeah, we got cooked and we got clapped.
Damn.
Yeah, so I mean,
luckily for me, I haven't had a loss since like 2021, so I'm good.
Yeah, I mean,
that shit, dude.
I don't take very many L's because I don't make I'm not someone that just runs around just fucking trenching for no reason. But sometimes I just like to fuck around with random shit. But yeah, like right now, there's this whole like internet capital markets thing, and they're getting like all these AI devs that have been vibe coding projects on the AI side of Twitter. They like convinced some of them to start launching coins. So that's been interesting because they technically have products, but they're not associating the coin with the product in any way. So it's like a meme coin about their project. So it's dumb as fuck and has absolutely zero use. And I was like angrily tweeting about it yesterday in a very nerdy way. And then
Hey, you're putting out some deep thoughts, man.
Yeah, I was on my Joji flow. I was like,
it was great. It was great.
I was a Joji. I was like, let me go on my Web3 Joji flow. Like, I'm just feeling some type of way.
I remember when I lost my mind.
The problem is you have a bunch of people looking for answers when they should be asking the right questions. I was like, yo, my man is going through it, bro.
You know, Mizzy, if you converted some of those posts into videos, I think they would cook. I'm just saying, you put some fucking Yuri anonymous music behind it. You know, you have some talking. Maybe you make your VTuber a little darker. You know, that would cook.
Yeah, we'll make him black.
Now.
We'll make him black. What?
Whoa!
You said make him darker, right?
Don't go to
no,
black. I'm fucking around, bro.
Don't go to Reaper on us, bro.
Turn him into Dennis Rodman.
Mizzy gonna turn into the fat nigga. Hey, yo, shut the fuck up! It's fat nigga season. Yo, is that Mizzy?
Right, I still don't get that meme. Like, why is like, is it just because they're fat?
It's just because he's fat, yeah.
It's just fat, and it's like it's the voice, and like sometimes they put like the reverb. It's like the edge of the world, or like it's the way they started too. Like one of them is like they're trying to find the edge of the world, the ice wall, whatever, and it's like, is this fat nigga riding an orca? It's just like the way they hook you in. It's like, what the fuck? It's fat land.
Dude, you know what's popping now?
Like,
you know what we should start doing for engagement, because we could probably do it way better, and it's been popping up on the timeline. AI oversized anaconda videos for some reason. Everybody's fucking putting them out. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's like a dude flying in a helicopter and then over a river, and it's like this big ass anaconda.
Oh,
like,
I saw that.
And it's like, bro, like it's the most obvious like fake AI shit. And this another one was like, bro, what?
I didn't look into it. I just saw a video.
The snake literally has two heads, bro.
I didn't look into it. Like
and the tail part and the head part.
I didn't analyze the video. Okay, I just looked at it. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
You see a big ass snake on the sides of the river. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, like those are popping off. We should start doing that.
I also seen the baby versions of like baby Theo Vaughn and baby Trump, baby Elon. Like it's the same. It's like the actual voice, but it's like it's a babyified version of them.
Yeah, speaking of Trump, that motherfucker just signed a $1.4 trillion like economic commitment from Qatar. So that's just crazy.
Orange man wins again.
Do you see the breakdown of like all the things that like where each allocation is going, like what the US is getting out of it is crazy.
I have not looked into it, but
like the amount of jobs it's creating, like I think one of the states was Utah, and like I think part of Texas. I forgot what part it was, but I think it was somewhere in Texas. But it's gonna create a bunch of jobs. It's fucking insane.
I mean, look, Orange Man wins again. Suck it, libs. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, whatever. I'm just living life day by day. But anyways, we're gonna close it down here, I think, for today's episode. Any final thoughts from the boys?
Next year, Lakers are 5.
They lost.
This year, Eagles another Super Bowl ring. Get fucked.
Yeah,
this
right.
Year? This
year?
Year?
I'm so sorry. Next year, February.
Oh, I was gonna say, what the fuck?
You don't have the answers, Clay. You don't have the answers.
Walt Disney.
No, I all jokes aside, I think that the Eagles. I hate to say this. I think they might repeat. I don't know who's going to challenge them.
Clip it.
And just remember, everybody's trying to be Jay. All right, we'll see you guys. Jay, bro, come on, man. Kanye, bro.
You said I thought you said J, like the letter J. I'm like,
not JC, the other J.
All right. I got some final thoughts. We're gonna be launching some really cool products soon. On the content level.
Get them the
I I would say Catalyst is not that we're becoming like a production house, but I would say we're adding like almost like a media house kind of production house kind of vibe to what we're doing. And you're gonna see us doing that with some of our partners very soon, and it's gonna be really cool.
Damn, you were cooking and you froze for a second. But yeah, man, be on the lookout for some fire.
I was saying that. Yeah, I was saying that we're gonna be launching some of that stuff with our partners very soon. It's gonna be really cool.
Hell yeah,
really excited.
Hell yeah, it is. I'm so excited for that, bro.
Looking
Be on the
forward to
lookout.
it.
It's gonna be some fire
Change the
stuff
game.
coming.
Okay.
Okay, bro. It's a motherfucking experience.
It's a move.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode of the Catalyst Effect podcast. Thank you to Siege for coming out on this one. We always love having you here, bro. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
XRP to the moon, baby.